Welcome back to Satisfactory. I think today is the day where we go out to the... Let's see if I have the juice to get there. Yeah, we should be able to get there. It's gonna be close. We were at the power donuts for turbo fuel. I don't know how many of these we actually need. We probably don't need an absolute ton. I don't think I've ever been here. I don't recognize this part of the map at all. Huh. That can't be right, though. Surely I've been here before. Oh, yeah. This is the ramp. Yeah, I want to be up there. Somehow I missed... My marker is not really helping me go exactly where I want to go. Okay. Let's find a place. We need to find a place where we're gonna bring in the synthetic shards and the rocket fuel. And then we're gonna unpack it. And then we also wanna... Wait a minute, is this the Crater Lakes? Did I totally confuse myself? The game won't even give me a high point advantage without it being filled with super aggressive wildlife. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't make it. I'm at a different location. Let's see, I'm here, and I want to go over here. Oh, this little highlighter is really bad. That's better. I could import it kind of over here. This initial part of the build is actually not insignificant. I am not their friends. Jeez. You know, I could probably get there and back on 0 fuel, but there's really no reason to do that. Ooh, you know what? Our aluminum factory's got tons of concrete. I know this is a bit of a side quest, but whenever I use that, I want to make sure that we have at least a reasonable amount. So I'm kind of thinking we'll just extend this. Okay, and then we need 3. So that's 12 total. So we can make it 14. Unfortunately, we've got this guy in the center. So if I go 7 on this side and 7 on this side. Alright, let's see if we can go 6 on each side. And then we'll bring out our V2. Putting the name V2 on that's been the best thing I've ever done. And then we'll see if we can squeeze in a little bit of a kind of a first drone here. What are we missing? Wire ball things? It's all of those power storage that we've got built into this thing. I'm gonna have to wait for that wire. So this one is going to be turbo fuel that we're going to use to run these other ones. This one can be packaged rocket. And this one we can make synthetic shards, though I guess it's just going to be shards. We're going to need a place to refine, then we're going to need a place to burn. Unless I'm going to take the compacted coal back with us. So that's a tough one. I'd have to check the turbo tower to see if that's something I want to do. But if I'm going to do it, I should probably decide it now. Oh, you know what? Did I ever... Surely I turned in the... I gotta check it now. I did not turn it in. That's weird. I would have guessed that I would have taken care of that. My only question, does this area need compacted coal? If anything, they need more fuel. $300 fuel. Yeah, we're not going to be able to use all of this, but I think what I'll say is that as soon as it can get processed, we'll just take it from there. That's almost 150 turbo fuel. And this guy can't handle all that anyway. My turbo tower has been very frustrating, I have to admit. But the very top levels of this thing already have access to what appears to be all of the... I know this would be very nice. All of the compacted coal that they could possibly want. So we can just burn the compacted coal. We don't have to try to transport it back over. Still waiting on a little bit of wire to arrive. Maybe I should have grabbed some wire while I was over there. I don't know why they're saying I'm missing 3 resources where I'm clearly only missing 1. Or maybe I should say obviously only missing 1. Maybe I'm missing more that I can't see. Uh-oh. That was 2 blueprint elites. Oh man, what a mess. Let's try to just delete the wall if you don't mind. And then we'll have this be the packaged. And this be the turbo. Let me think about this for a second. If I'm going to try to squeeze in a thing here, I should probably measure this. 17 across. Across would be 9 plus 8. So that would be the center. I need cluster bombs. Not even close. Okay, we need to... There we go. That's effective. So effectively, what I was getting at is that we're going to have at least one power donut kind of right around this area. And I don't mean around as in new or near, I mean around as in that's going to be the donut. So 17 across is 8 in every direction. I mean, maybe I move it one this way, but this isn't really a circular crater, which is kind of fun. But I think my point is that we want the... Well, hold on. We're gonna get packaged. We're gonna unload it, then we're gonna send the empties back. Matter of fact, while we're at it, let's get some transport going. How is it that I don't have a miner on me? That's weird. Oh, wait. I always forget that's the other one. My goodness. Okay. Drone. So the packaged rocket fuel comes in, gets unloaded, the empties get sent back. Then now pipe-based. All right. Think of the pipe-based stuff then goes over here. Then we'll take the rocket fuel back. Of course, we're going to have compacted coal. We might have to move the compacted coal significantly far away from here. It's possible I didn't give myself exactly all the room I needed to build this out in pure comfort. But I think it's fair to say that this is where we're going to do the packaging. I guess right in the middle will be the way to go, right? Actually, I want to spice this up a little bit. Roughly 1. We want 5. So that would go right about there. What color should this be? It wouldn't hurt my feelings if it's just all red. And then architecture. Well, this one doesn't cover the bevels. It's probably okay though, because mostly it's just gonna be covered by the machines themselves. So I think it'll be fine. It's a relatively simple way to spice things up a little bit. There's a snap point there that I'm not expecting. Luckily, I think we got it covered. I should have set this first. Not a big deal. Oh wait, this is just bringing in the package. Whoops. There we go. Rocket fuel comes out of there. Let's get some fuel going for our drone hubs. This guy's got to fuel himself. Now, where's our drone? Rocket fuel. Rocket fuel. Power donut rocket fuel export. That's the one I'm looking for. These packages are a little too perfectly placed. Somewhat difficult to see the lighting effort that I put in. I think I'm just going to go with a simple manifold. Somebody doesn't like me. Alright, so now we're just waiting for rocket fuel to arrive. Let's just label our little drone ports here. I kind of like where this is headed. So we've got the... Now it's a matter of the refinery. I still haven't unlocked the recipe. Maybe I should do that. Yeah, I can't find it because I don't have it unlocked. On its very best day, we're gonna have 600 per minute. We're not gonna have 600 per minute. Ionized fuel is claiming 40 per minute. Oh, oof, that's slow. We might just have to waste energy and just overclock. Effectively, this is a useful sink for our dark matter residue. Oh, there's been a Mercer sphere here this whole time.
Slaves lap at our shores. When will you land?
My goodness. The hatred is real. Okay, I'm liking that. I'm just kind of curious where our... What's up with our rocket fuel? It's taking longer than I thought. Needs to be a little wider. I mean, I guess it's far away. Where am I actually going? Over here. How's this guy stuck in a holding pattern? Did I put a drone there? That's what it was. I put a drone there. At least I wasn't imagining things. What I'd like to see is another drone icon up here and start heading towards us. And I'd like to see this guy land. Of course, if I didn't drop fuel over there, none of that's gonna happen. I really think this game looks its very best at night. Which is a shame since you're only... I mean, the nighttime is the shortest time of day. I'm going to try my best to be buffer free. I shouldn't need a buffer. We should be able to take in that rocket fuel, rip it out, refine it, and burn it. And while we're doing that, send back the empties in a relatively buffer-free solution. I kind of sort of can't help myself though. I feel obligated to put one on. At least one in here. Boy, the angles that they give me as options are crazy. I shouldn't have put this right on the edge. I'll admit to that. Okay, I hear that we're unpacking. Uh-oh. Somewhere we've made a horrendous mistake. Ionized rocket fuel, power donut rocket fuel export. Rocket fuel export to ionized turbo fuel import. This seems logical, but obviously this drone should not be here. Now I'm gonna have to go through those belts. Or I can just keep pulling turbo fuel until I get to the packaged rocket fuel and then keep pulling that. I guess it's possible that it's only coming out on that one spot. I'm not sure how I made that such a horrendous mistake, considering that any drone that would have packaged rocket fuel wouldn't have existed. Well, it would have existed before this. Did I set the destination over there? Or did I just give it fuel? Can't remember. At some point I made a mistake though. no, I still need a hard drive. Oh no. I find it unlikely that I've left this hard drive available this entire game. But if I did, it'd be very convenient. Oh, look at that. Super convenient.
Ionized fuel unlocked. The origin story of this extremely efficient type of fuel was so fascinating it resulted into a new joke. I will tell the most popular version. A cow, power slug, and rocket scientist walk into a bar. The rocket scientist wants a milkshake. And so transportation was forever changed. Any historical inaccuracies have been removed by the Fix-It Department of Historical Reinterpretation.
The inaccuracies are what makes a joke funny, but that's okay. Alright, let's see. That looks all set up. I might have put this in a little too close. Let's find out. No, I think it'll be fine. If I align them correctly. I'm tempted to run this on a 3x. Oh, come on. Horizontal to vertical is probably the one I want. Pipes don't work exactly like belts, but I think it makes a lot of sense to try to evenly distribute this liquid as much as we can. Okay, that should be power for one of them at least. Six of them. I mean, I could plan for a total overclock insanity here. I'll have to find a place to burn. The compacted coal. Which technically means we probably have a different problem with that, because we're going to need water. But we're pushing over an hour, so let's call that. I think this is a good... kind of a light build, right? We're just gonna make, I don't know, we'll see how much power we can squeeze out of this build. Once this gets going, it'll be good to go. Then it's just going to be a matter of making sure we make enough power shards. That's going to be the tough part. But we'll deal with that in the next episode. Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. We'll see you next time.